Hey guys, what's up? It's Bronson75 here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm continuing my retrospective on the classic Mega Man series, in which I will be playing every single mainline game with the exception of some spin-offs. So last time we played through Mega Man 5, which I believe is a very vastly underrated Mega Man game for all the reasons that I have stated previously, as one of the things that stand out about the game was the Super Arrow. So feel free to check out my video on this game for more information. But for today's video, we're going to be tackling Mega Man 6, released in 1993, and it's the final game to be released on the NES. And the interesting thing about this game's release back in 1993 is that in North America, this game was not published by Capcom, but was instead published by Nintendo. Very crazy to see that they published a game from a series that they don't even own. And another perplexing thing about this game came out a month before Mega Man X. So it's kind of what's led me to believe that both this game and Mega Man X1 were developed at the same time. It just so happened to release in exactly 1 month apart. Pretty crazy stuff that happened at the time. But anyways, I'll delve into more on that later. But let's go on and get into the game. Capcom presents. Love that logo, by the way. In the year 20XX, the first annual robot tournament was held with 8 of the world's most powerful robots, but Mr. X, the sponsor of the tournament, took control of the robots and began to take over the world. Mr. X, why? It's time to tell you the truth. I have been manipulating that fool Dr. Wily from the beginning. But now I no longer need Wily's help. Come and face my power, Mega Man. We'll stop you. Follow me, Rush. Okay, is it just me, or did that intro seem like it was rushed? Considering how fast that dialogue was advancing, I find it to be very odd. Considering Mega Man 4 had that super kick-ass intro, which also explained the origins of Mega Man's creation. And for Mega Man 5, it was alright, and I still stand by the fact that game's plot made no sense. But for this game, I mean, they did do a good job introducing this new villain named Mr. X, but yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to it. So I'm guessing that's more for us players to wonder as we progress through the game. But anyways, here is Mega Man 6, and by the way, I do love that title screen where they show that planet at the bottom right of the screen. Kind of makes me wonder if they were trying to reference the Game Boy games which were releasing at the time. But yeah, anyways, in your typical Mega Man fashion, Mega Man still has to fight 8 Robot Masters before he can move on to the next set of stages. So we got Wind Man, Flame Man, Tomahawk Man, Centaur Man, Night Man, Yamato Man, Plant Man, and Blizzard Man. We're gonna be taking on Wind Man first because he is a good starting stage with a very simple level design, as well as him being an easy boss fight. And not only that, we also get this very lovely theme. It is so good. I love it so much. Like, it's a thing that I would often listen to whenever I'm doing, whenever I'm like writing scripts for my IDW Sonic comic reviews, or like or just some other other stuff that I do and stuff that requires concentration and stuff like that, or especially if I'm drawing. I really love this theme. It's so good. It's probably my favorite one in the game. It's really the best. Anyways, there's this trick that I want to pull off here. Yes, there we go. Timed it right. All right, so there's another one. Can I get this? Let's go. I swear, this is my second time recording this game, and that took me a lot of tries to get off. Thank God. But yeah. Anyway, this stage. So yeah, of course, this being Windman stage, it it has a gimmick with those fans there that would blow Mega Man up sky high, and they have their ups and downs. They can provide usefulness, but there are times where they would send you into spikes. So you just gotta time your position. You just need to time your positioning here and there so that you don't get touched by them. But yeah, if you played the first 5 games, Mega Man has the exact same moveset that he had in those games, where he can still jump, he can still fire his buster shots. Wow, okay, I got the worst pattern from that enemy there. But yeah, he can fire his buster shots, and just like in Mega Man 4 and 5, he can charge his Mega Buster. And unfortunately, this game repeats a flaw from Mega Man 5, in which if Mega Man is hit while he is charging his Mega Buster, he will get interrupted, and the charge time of his Mega Buster will be cancelled. So yeah, of course they did not fix that for this game, so it sucks. But anyways, that was it for Windman and Windman stage, and we're gonna be facing off against him. Alright, and he's got a simple attack pattern. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna fire first. Yeah, he does that move where he shoots his windstorms, and he pretty much does the same move that Dustman did in Mega Man 4, in which he will try to pull you into him. Gotta watch out for that. And thankfully, unlike Dustman, he is not invincible when he does that move, so we can still score in hits against him. And there we go, he is down. And you can still move Mega Man even after the boss is killed, but not before the victory theme plays, which is some pretty interesting stuff, I guess. Love the sprite of him right here when he shoots at the screen. But yeah, by defeating Windman, we get his ability, which is called the Windstorm. And I love how they show him using the weapon. We didn't get to see, they didn't actually show that in the first 5 games. And I think I believe that that the Mega Man X series, at least on the SNES, took note of this. So I kind of wish more Mega Man games had that kind of thing where they show the character using their acquired weapon. Anyways, we're gonna be taking on Flame Man next, who is weak to Wind Man. Oh yeah, and another thing that they introduced in this game is that when selecting a Robot Master, they actually showed their stats and some information there, which was also shown in the first 3 Mega Man X games. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. And this stage has yet another goated theme, and I always love the beginning of this theme, where it starts all chill, and then after that it just that's when it starts to kick in. Alright. So yeah, this is Flame Man stage, and okay, so I'm kind of wondering if he's related to Fireman from Mega Man 1, who is also a fire-based Robot Master, because like I feel like you know, their names are pretty much just almost the same. Like Fire and Flame are pretty much the same thing. It's weird. Anyway, so this stage introduces a pretty humorous gimmick. So the only way to kill these guys is if you use the charge shot, and you can literally use their corpse as a platform in order to get across that oil. Which funny thing, I never realized it until I never actually realized this until I played Sonic Mania. But in Oil Ocean, like in that game's version of Oil Ocean, okay, I'm gonna damage boost there, because for some reason that enemy decided to despawn. But yeah, when going through Oil Ocean in that game, and if Sonic has the Flame Shield equipped, and if he touches the oil will actually be lit up into flames. And yeah, that's actually true in real life, where if oil is touched by any sort of fire, they will burn. So yeah, that is a real thing that can happen. So yeah, and I do like that. I do like that they showcase that in this game, so like, you know, you saw those floating enemies that would drop flames onto that oil, and yeah, and it causes the oil to combust in fire. I've always loved that detail. So yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. Alright, so we saw these things in Windman stage. So they act the same. They act very similarly to the ones from. They act similarly to the ones from a Like Man stage in Mega Man 1, and I believe Metal Man stage from Mega Man 2. Anyways, I'm gonna try this one trick right here to make one of them despawn. Make sure that guy doesn't fire. But there we go. So yep, that thing, like this thing that was right here, actually despawned. Because yeah, it's similar to a trick that I pulled off in Mega Man 3 when we went through Sparkman stage a second time. But yeah, if you move like a certain distance, to the left or right, you know, depending on the enemy's positioning, you can actually make them despawn. Pretty sick stuff. Oh god, watch out. Yeah, and this lava is instant kill, so be careful about that. Because in most Mega Man games, the second you touch the lava, it is instant kill, much like the spikes. Anyways, here is Flame Man, and he's one of my favorite bosses to fight against. Like, I just love being able to dodge his flame shots as well as his flame tower move, whichever you want to call that, and what he does when he puts his buster to the ground. Yeah, but there we go. Easy fight, and he's weak to Windman. But yeah, and I did get to show you guys a glimpse of Windman's move. So yeah, the cool thing about Windman's Windstorm is that I believe most enemies require 2 shots in order to kill, and when you hit them the second time, the weapon will actually just fling them up. Like, the weapon will literally lift them up into the air and just kill them as a result. I always love that. It's so fun. I always find that really funny. But yeah, it definitely has its uses, so I will do my best to use it a lot. Anyways, by defeating Flame Man, we get access to probably the best weapon in this game, and that is the Flame Blast. So I will be showcasing that for the first time in Blizzard Man stage, Frozen Island Master of Snow. Interesting. And also by defeating Flame Man, Mega Man gains a new ability. So yeah, so you're noticing that Mega Man does not have. So you're noticing that Mega Man does not have Rush Coil. Instead, he would transform with Rush, and we're seeing this right here, into which he becomes bulkier, I believe. So I won't be using it this level. I'll probably be using it in the next stage. So yeah, no rush coil on this game. But fortunately though, it does come back from Mega Man 7, thank goodness. But yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, this is kind of an odd change at first, but we will see why later on. Though I do miss it now. Alrighty. Anyways, this is Blizzard Man stage, and this stage can be pretty difficult on your first run, as it's got a lot of difficult enemies here all throughout. Alright, shoot that guy. Ooh, okay. Okay, so for this part, I'm gonna need Flame Man, so that we can melt that ice and grab that E-Tank. Awesome stuff. Alright, so yep, we're using Flame Man right now, and wow. Look, okay, this weapon is awesome. Like, it literally, like, you can literally one-shot most. Ooh, wow, I managed to avoid those guys there. You can literally just one-shot enemies like those. Like, there's like a lot of enemies that you can kill in one hit with this move. But yeah, I'm gonna save the rest of it for Blizzard Man. Alrighty, so is this a ship? It's hard to tell. I think it might be. But yeah. So yeah, it's constantly going up and down, and it's got spikes. Okay, so these enemies take 3 hits to kill with Windman. But yeah, pretty simple stuff. Ooh, close. Okay, gotta play it safe there. Oh yeah, this is the first game to introduce those countdown bombs. I think that's what they're called. Because we do see these in later entries. I think one of the Game Boy games introduced them. can't put my finger on it. Okay, just get a reset here. So that I can add a buster shot. And do that. Nice, nice, nice. So yep, I am playing this on the Legacy Collection, so which allows the auto fire. And like Mega Man 5, there are some enemies that do require using your buster shot in order to get the quick kill, because if you fire uncharged buster shots with the auto fire, it's still not going to be enough to take the enemy down very quickly. Anyways, here is Blizzard Man, and I love how he's on his jet skis. It's part of my favorite thing about his design. So yeah, he attacks by using his He attacks by using his Blizzard attacks, and he does his spin dash move. Bro thinks he's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's weird. But yeah, I failed to dodge his first spin dash move, but it's fine. Alright, I do know how to read it. Yeah, I have done plenty of practice runs in this game, and this game is pretty easy for the most part. But yeah, out of all the NES Mega Man games, Mega Man 6, for whatever reason, was the game that I played the least out of the 6 NES games, and I kind of regret not. Excuse me. I kind of regret not giving it a chance when I first tried out the classic Mega Man series. I think it was around maybe 2018, 2019. But yeah, kind of wish I had played it more, because I have seen some positive reception on this game. You know, people claiming that it's like one of the best Mega Man games and all. So yeah. Anyways, I'll delve into more on that later. But we're gonna be facing off against Plant Man. Did that say Flower Fancer? What? What does that even mean? Anyways, alright, so I'm gonna showcase this right here. So we're gonna be, yep, we're seeing it right here. So yep, Mega Man, at least from what it looks like, absorbs Rush. And yep, and he turns into this. He becomes red and becomes bulkier. And he can punch enemies. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Now this form does have its drawbacks, as there's like multiple chances of which you can take contact damage with the enemy. So yeah, I mean, it has its uses. I just hate that most of the time you try to hit an enemy up close, but then they end up damaging you instead. It's always so annoying. Because yeah, its attacks are close range, so you have to get close to the enemy in order to hit them with the move. But most of the time I just end up taking damage instead, so it's always really annoying. And we got Eddie back, returning from Mega Man 4 and 5. Alright, we're gonna try to pull out this trick here. There we go. Nice. Got the one shot. Got the one. How do you describe that? I got the insta kill on that mini boss there, who's literally a discount Donkey Kong. And we saw enemies like that in Mega Man 3, which was Hard Man stage. Which, by the way, you can't actually kill them in one hit with the top spin, as I showcased in my video on that game. Alright, so we're gonna activate this again. Alright, get rid of that guy. There's another dude. Nice. I just love the fact that Mega Man can literally punch enemies. Why didn't he do this before? And why is that not one of his attacks in the Smash Bros games? Makes no sense. Nice! Let's go. I got it twice. Alright, this is another good track. Oh my. Okay, so this is where the stage starts to get super difficult. So it's got those piranhas that would spawn out of pits. I mean, we have seen enemies like that in Mega Man 4, but this time they are much bigger, and they can especially catch you off guard. All right, so for this part, okay, I'm gonna try using this again. Yes. So yeah, this ability does have its uses. My main problem with it is that it's really hard. It's really hard to try to hit enemies without them hitting you. Like, you can't land a punch on them without them hitting you. It's so stupid. Like, I always hate... It's something I always hate about platformers in general. Wow, I died. But it's something I always hate about platformers in general. It's where, like, you know, most of them would have contact damage. And then they introduce this ability to where you have to be up close and personal with the enemy. So yeah. It's always what I hate about stuff like that in platformers. Oh man, we have to refight the mini boss again because I died. Alright. I'm gonna have to save my Flame Man energy for the discount Donkey Kong. Alrighty. Just ignore that dude. Alrighty. See if I can get this off again. I missed. Okay. Doesn't count though, since I did get that perfect insta kill. Let's not die here again. Nice. Yeah, I love the Flame Blast. Literally the best weapon in this game. Too bad I only got one more shot. There you go. Alright, okay. For the rest of this, I think I might use Windman. Alright, so to get those things to open, you have to shoot. You have to get these platforms to open. You have to shoot at it. So yeah, and I've seen speedrunners pull out this very precise trick where you'd have to jump on them in like a split second. So I'm not sure how many frames that is, but yeah, it is very precise. So I have tried it a few times, and yeah, it's just very tough as hell for me to do. So I'm not gonna try to do that in this video. All right, watch out for those piranhas. All right, there we go. All right, so that's it for Plant Man. The stage is fine up until that part where you have to time your jumps and not fall in the pits, and also gotta make sure that enemies don't send you in the pits as well. It's always so annoying. Anyways, we're gonna be taking on Plant Man. And his attack pattern is very erratic, as he actually bounces off the wall while he jumps. So it can't be pretty difficult to memorize. So yeah. And yeah, during that, so after that he does fire his plant barrier. I couldn't jump, what the heck, man. So yeah, also easy to avoid, and he's weak to Blizzard Man. He's gonna go that way, jump, and shoot. Jump. He's going that way. Yeah, it's always random on which direction he will jump towards. Jump. Oh my god, I cannot jump. What is going on? Okay, so there is another problem. There's another problem that I have with this game. So I mentioned in my Mega Man 4 video where if Mega Man is underwater, he cannot cancel his slide by jumping out of it. And this also happens in Mega Man 5 as well, in which I forgot to bring up in my video on that game. But yeah, that is the thing that happens in those games. However, they decided to make it prevalent in this game as anytime Mega Man slides, he cannot cancel it. So you'd have to wait for the duration of the slide to finish, and then he can jump. So I feel like this was a very deliberate design choice by the developers, because I don't know why they felt the need to do this. And it can especially be a hindrance for speedrunning, at least in my case anyway. It is so stupid. Anyways, by defeating Plant Man, we get the plant barrier, which is kind of a watered down version of Skull Man's weapon from Mega Man 4, and it even operates the same way, in which you can't throw the shield at it. You can't throw the shield at enemies for some reason. So yeah, it's probably not going to be used. It's probably not going to be used a lot in this video. But thankfully, he is weak to Tomahawk. Thankfully, he is the weakness of Tomahawk Man, in which we're going to be taking on next. And that just said that he's the master of Tomahawk. What exactly is a Tomahawk anyway? I don't think I've ever seen one. But I do love this game's choices for the Robot Masters as well as their designs. And Mega Man 6 probably has my favorite designs of the Robot Masters. And I love and I love how innovative. I really do love how innovative they are when it comes to their concept and everything. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah. It's a shame we don't get that. It's a shame we don't get that for Mega Man 7 though. Because I just love how creative they were with the Robot Masters for this game. But yeah, we have a Tomahawk Man, we have a Yamato Man, we even have a Centaur Man. Like what? But yeah. Anyways, thanks for the E-Tank, Eddie. Ooh, the background I love the background for this. It looks so cool. It looks awesome. Alright, so we got these skull enemies, in which I'm not surprised if they were made by Dr. Wily, because I brought it up in the my last 2 videos that man has a massive obsession with skulls. I don't know why he does. It's especially funny in the first cutscene of Mega Man 11, where he had skull-themed pajamas. So yeah, Dr. Wily is a funny individual sometimes. There we go. Insta kill that thing with Flame Man. Alrighty, and coming up is a secret upgrade. In which will require the power form. So I think it's up here. Alright, so for this part, so we have to time our... Okay, so we have to... Okay, so I really hate the placement of this. So you have to smash that box, but you have to carefully tilt down in order to punch it. Oh, come on. There we go. I hate the placement of that. So by coming in here, we run into Proto Man. And what is this thing? I'm gonna assume it's an energy balance. I'm gonna assume that thing is an energy balancer, in which does reappear in later entries. So it's pretty cool. But anyways, Mega Man has another new form, and this is the Jet Mega Man. So yep, Mega Man has 2 forms in this game, both of which that replace the Rush Coil and the Rush Jet. And honestly, this makes a lot more sense than the new Rush Coil in Mega Man 5. Where in that game, the spring is located underneath Rush, and Mega Man would need to stand on top of him, and that's when he bounces higher. This is actually a lot better, so I don't actually mind this change. And this does return for Mega Man 7, and it's even better in that game. So yeah, this game actually did a few things better than Mega Man 5. Pretty cool stuff. But anyways, we're coming up into Tomahawk Man, and he's weak to Plant Man. So let's do this. I also love the way they float down from the screen like that, and how the screen darkens momentarily. Pretty cool. And I wasted a shot. Wonderful. Ouch. Yeah, I'm purposefully taking damage. Alrighty, I ended up wasting a Plant Berry shot. It's fine. Ouch. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's about to kill me. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the E-Tank. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at this game. Like I said, it's of all the NES games, of all the NES Mega Man games, this was the one that I played the least. I really wish I had played more of it, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know any cool speed run tricks on this game, at least from like the speed runs, at least from the speed run videos of this game that I've watched. But yeah. But anyways, by beating Tomahawk Man, we get the Silver Tomahawk weapon as well as Beat B parts. So yep, Beat is another returning character from Mega Man 5, and he was one of the best parts. He was one of the best parts of that game, in which he not only attacks enemies but also bosses, including Dr. Wily himself. But unfortunately, he is not as useful in that game. He is unfortunately not useful in this game, like not super useful, as he only attacks enemies but not bosses. So yeah, I feel like the reason for that change is that maybe Capcom or one of the other developers thought he was just too OP. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Anyways, we're gonna be taking on Yamato Man, who is weak to Tomahawk Man. Alrighty. So yeah, another pretty simple stage. And yes, we're gonna be using more of Flame Man. Hit, please. There we go. What are those enemies supposed to be? It's hard to tell, but they kind of look like squirrels to me. Also, I love how when you kill them, the ball despawns with them. It's hilarious. Okay, so I heard that this weapon can ignore shield enemies, or am I wrong? Okay, no. I thought it could. I think I did read on the wiki that that this game has like this game has the most practical weapons. And we're gonna be getting, and in the next stage, we're gonna be getting a weapon that's just as good as Flame Man's weapon is. Ready? Gotta be careful about these group of enemies. So I'm gonna fire my shots the second they spawn. That is if I don't miss, though. There we go. Okay, so take the bottom path. Sorry if you guys can hear my plane. A lot of planes that approach my neighborhood. Not sure why. There's like so many of them. Oh wow. Okay, so we got that enemy returning from Mega Man 5, but thankfully it's much weaker than it was in that game. So I get to kill it in 2 hits with Flame Man. Perfect stuff. I tiptoe a little bit and then jump. Bam. Get out of here. God, I love Flame Man. Such a good weapon. Alright, so for this, I think you need to go up, so that way we can get the beat letter out of it. No, okay, you're supposed to go down. You're supposed to go down here. Yeah, I think you're supposed to go down here. Right? No, I think you're supposed to go up. I forget which ones lead to the beat letter. I might be wrong. Oh my god, I feel like I may have to... Something tells me I may have to end up redoing this stage twice. No, okay, I'm going the right way. Alright, take a damage boost. Ready? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Alright. I just need to make sure I don't want to mess things up, because I don't want to replay through some of these stages a second time. But yeah, you only grant access to the beat letters by going to the alternate paths. So it's yet another strange design choice. I'm not sure why they did it like this. I kind of like I think I like the Mega Man 5's approach to this much better, where you get to collect the letters during the levels. But for this game, you instead need to take alternate paths in order to get the beat parts, which is weird. All right, so we're reaching the end of Yamato stage, and he is weak to Tomahawk Man. So let's do it. Alright, so is he gonna run or shoot? Okay, he's gonna jump. Okay, he might do that too. Oh god. Yeah, and he fires while he jumps too. Gotta watch out for that. Oop. Oh god. I can never predict this pattern. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, some of these bosses can be difficult if you don't... Some of these bosses can be difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, in my case, it's really hard to predict what attack they'll do. Like sometimes they'll run, sometimes they'll jump, other times they'll shoot immediately. Alright, so we get the Yamato Spear and Beats E parts. Let's go. This weapon surprisingly is more useful than I actually give it credit for. I mean, it's just basically Needleman's weapon from Mega Man 3, but better, I think. But yeah. We will find out on this next stage, which is Nightman. Capital of Science, Master of Maceball. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I believe this is one of I think this is one of the only Mega Man games to show boss stats. Before starting the levels, I think. The other games that did this were the first 3 Mega Man X games. I kind of wish more Mega Man games did this kind of thing. I did hear that the Battle Network series and maybe also Star Force had something like that. I do own the Battle Network collection on PlayStation. I've only wow, that was a terrible jump. But I do own the Battle Network Legacy Collection on PlayStation, but I've only played very little of it because I got stuck on that one part and then I just quit altogether. kind of thinking of doing that as like potential live streams, or just as or maybe just part of this retrospective. I don't know. Alrighty. Anyways, here we are on Yamato's stage. Yeah, you can kill those things with the power form. Alright, so it's got this gimmick once. It's got this Dust Man gimmick once again. Only this time it's got spikes. Metal Shark player stage in Mega Man X6 also had this as well, so that's wonderful. Alright, so we just gotta wait for this to go back up. Alright, and then make our move. Kill that enemy. Ah, dang. Didn't have time. I'm gonna tiptoe. Yes. Yeah, in these games, especially in situations like that, I would always tiptoe to ensure I don't mess up my jump. Just like what happened earlier. Not sure what that was. Okay, so when these skull enemies move their heads, almost as if they're saying, "Where did Mega Man go?" That's when you need to make your move. So yeah, I already mentioned this in my previous Mega Man videos, but yeah, you can actually manipulate the enemy's behavior in order to gain an advantage, and they especially help with speedrunning. All right, use our power form again to take out these next set of enemies. Get out of here. Nice. Oh, yeah, and because I have the energy balancer, which is right, yeah, because I have the energy balancer, because I have the energy balancer, which is shown at the bottom middle of the screen, that was given to us by Proto Man. It actually refills, the least ammo consumption of the current weapon. So right now we have Flame Man's weapon at its lowest ammo, and if we were to collect another weapon pickup, this will be the weapon that gets filled up. So yeah, it depends on the weapon that I previously used a lot of ammo consumption. Alrighty, what you gonna give us, Eddie? You know what? Just give it. Okay, I'm just gonna have him give us another E-Tank. I think I might need it, because I think I have to use it on 2 bosses. Come on, Eddie. Drop an E-Tank, please. Oh my god, come on, dude. Please drop an E-Tank. Come on, dude. Oh my god, this is gonna take a while. He's not behaving right now. There it is. Good boy, Eddie. Unless there was another one that shows up in the stage. I don't have a lot of good memories sometimes, so just bear with me. Alright, so we're gonna use Windman and take out these nerd enemies, I think, in which when you get rid of their glasses, that's when they become. Oh wow, okay, there was another E-Tank. Oops. But yeah, when you take out their glasses, that's when they become angry and then they start chasing you. It's so funny. It's really so funny. I really love the enemy designs in this game. Alright, so we have this part right here, which reminds me a lot of oh god, which reminds me of Sigma Stage 1 from Mega Man X. I'm starting to see a lot of inspirations here. Alright, so for this part, use the power form, and which will lead to the extra pathway so that we can get the final beat letter. Oh yeah, you can kill these things with this move too. Nice. Tiptoe. Nice. Oh yeah, gotta keep in mind. So when Mega Man has the jet and power forms active, he cannot slide. And yeah, it does make sense though, since because you can see that he has the jet parts or power parts equipped on him. So yeah, that's what limits his ability to slide. Anyways, we made it to Nightman, and he is weak to Yamato Spear. Let's do it. He's gonna come down. Yep. And because he is a Knight-based Robot Master, he's got a Knight on him, in which the Yamato Spear can still go right through it. So, yep. defying logic, I suppose, but it does work to our advantage. But there we go. Wow, okay, he was by far the... Okay, besides Windman, he was probably the easiest Robot Master so far. Really weird. But yep, we did it. And I love, and I don't know if I mentioned this either, but I do love the sprite of Mega Man shooting at the screen. It's probably one of the best looking in the game. But anyways, we got the Night Crusher and the Beat A parts, and the Night Crusher is probably my second favorite weapon in this game, and I think it works somewhat similarly to Ferroman's weapon in Mega Man 4, although it's not as OP, but it still does a pretty darn good job at killing most enemies in maybe 1 or 2 hits, 3 hits maybe. So yeah, I'm going to be using this move a whole lot throughout the video, or throughout the rest of this video. Alright, so we're going to be taking on the final Robot Master in this game, and he is Centaur Man. Asian City, ability unknown. Interesting. And yeah, this game features a Centaur Man. This game features a Centaur-based Robot Master. I don't know if there is a Centaur that actually... I don't even know if there is a Centaur that actually exists. Maybe it's probably a myth. I'm gonna have to assume it's probably a myth or something. You know, much like Magma Dragoon in Mega Man X4 and the Skyver from Mega Man X5. But yeah. And the first time I've ever seen a Centaur was in an episode of Regular Show. I think it was in the episode Party Pete. And Mordecai and Rigby create this party and then they invite everybody, and then one of the people that they invited was were people in Centaur bodies, and that always confused me as a kid, because how can there be a human how can there be a half human, half horse? And I never realized that those guys were centaurs. I've literally never seen one until I watched that episode when I was a kid. And this game is really teaching me a lot of interesting things that I never actually knew. It's crazy. I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware that centaurs actually existed. My gosh. But anyways, we're on his stage right here, and making very good use of Nightman. So yeah, as you can see, it goes in 4 directions. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it goes in 6 directions. So yep, has a lot of good uses. But okay, I'm gonna need some weapon energy for it, since I already used it a little too much on those enemies back there. And what the heck is this? Why is the water going upwards like this? That's not how physics work. Yeah, it does work to our advantage here, to where Mega Man can still jump higher. Okay, that was a terrible jump. Man, I am screwing up a lot in this game. Okay, thank God there was a checkpoint there. Okay, let's try this again. Get rid of this dude. Nice, perfect shot. I'm gonna tiptoe a little bit, then jump. There we go. Yeah, you have to make these super precise jumps. Alright, and we gotta get rid of these guys. Wait, can I kill them with this move? Let's see. I wanna try. Yes, I can. Okay, this also works. Get out of my way. Okay, come on, Eddie. I need some more weapon energy. Yep, good boy. Let's go. Because I will need it for Centaur Man himself. Alright, I think... Okay, I'm gonna use Windman here. Okay, I need this guy out of the way. There we go. I kind of wish there was a homing weapon in this game. It's fine though. Okay, I'm gonna try using Blizzard Man, see if that works. Whoa, my game was lagging. I know that wasn't OBS doing that. That was weird. Ooh, okay. Yeah, those guys always spawn there, where they do react to Mega Man approaching them. Alrighty, kill this guy with Flame Man again. Out of here. Yeah, you look okay. So the trick that I do there is that. So yeah, so the only way to cancel out of a slide in Mega Man 6 is if you just push left on the D-pad, and then that's when Mega Man can come to a stop. So that's the only way you can cancel the slide in this game. So yeah, it's really weird. Anyway, coming up into Centaur Man, and he is thoroughly difficult, and much like Bright Man from Mega Man 4, he will freeze Mega Man in place, just like that. Thankfully, he doesn't do it as often as Bright Man does, but my god, can this still be annoying? Okay, he already did it twice. Okay, stop it, dude. Ah, shoot. Yeah, I literally cannot predict their movements, but yeah. There we go, he's down. And again. I need to know. Okay, I'm just starting to wonder if centaurs actually exist, because this is one of the few things that this game has taught me about, like, the things that I never realized until now. I swear, I've never seen a centaur until I watched that regular show episode. Crazy. But anyways, by defeating him, we get the centaur flash, and we got the BT parts. Unfortunately, centaur flash is basically a poor man's version of Gyro Man's. No, it wasn't Gyro Man. It's a poor man's version of Gravity Man's weapon from Mega Man 5, which was also a weapon that I didn't use a whole lot in that game. So yeah, it's probably the most useless weapon in this game, so won't be using it a whole lot. Anyways, just like Mega Man 4 and 5, we have a potential new attack in this that temporarily replaces Wily, and this guy is Mr. X. Not to be confused with Mega Man X, but yep, this is actually the main attack in this game, and yep, and we do have to go through his stages, and part of me thinks that Dr. Wily is probably behind this. I mean, you really cannot fool me at this point. He's already pulled similar stunts like this in the previous 2 games. So yeah, I won't be surprised if he's behind this. Anyways, so we're on the Mr. X stage 1, and I love this theme. So good. It sounds a lot similar to the Proto Man Castle theme from Mega Man 5. I do think that sounds better. But anyways, speaking of Mega Man 5, returning from that game is our boy Beats. So yep, he can still attack enemies. Unfortunately, he cannot attack bosses anymore. So yeah, I bet. Oh my god, that was close. I almost hit that spike. But yeah, I already mentioned this previously, but yep, my best guess is that the reason for that change is that they probably thought he was too OP. Yeah. It is what it is then. So Mega Man is on his own this time. Alright, so I'm already on some difficult parts here, so I'm gonna use the jet form to get up here. But yeah, this game really handled this so much better than what Mega Man 5 did. And yeah, there's definitely a good reason as to why they decided to replace the Rush Coil and the Rush Jet. In fact, these actually feel so much better. Like, these actually look and feel so much better than just using a spring and a jet, like literally, or at least like, you know, the Rush Jet technically. So yeah, I am using Beat to take out these near impossible enemies that Mega Man cannot reach normally on his own. So yeah, Beat does, well, while Beat is not as OP as he was in the previous game, he does still have his uses. There we go, get rid of that thing. Oh gosh, am I gonna make it up there? I don't know if I can, because there are spikes here. I'll play it safe. Okay, nice, I still made it. Ooh. Why are there so many of these enemies? Jeez, game. Alright, Beat. get rid of these guys, please. Nice. Alright, unfortunately, he's almost out of health. Hopefully that's the last time we'll use him for now. Because yeah, he does still use ammo. He does still use ammo, and it will deplete every time he strikes enemies. So yeah, always be sure to keep that in mind if you're going for the B parts in this game. Oh my god, dude. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm gonna try to manipulate him. Yes. Alright. Get out of here. Yes. That was close. Yeah, those enemies are so easy to manipulate. Ooh, okay. That was close. Yeah, another. It's yet another funny AI exploit. Alrighty, coming up into the first boss of Mr. X, and this boss is weak to Flame Man. Alright, let's do this. See if I can get out this trick. Ah, dang it. It hit me. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this game. I'm really not good at this game. I probably should have save stated. Oh my god. Stupid hitbox. Okay, you're dead after this. There we go. Yeah, I've seen speedrunners pull off this trick to where you can fire the flame blast on those walls, and this boss does not have iframes, and dang it, I was about to get it off there, but somehow the boss still hit me. Stupid hitbox sometimes. Oh well, that was an epic fail. Now we're on Mr. X stage 2. Dang it, I was trying to slide, it didn't come out. Yeah, so it's got those met enemies returning. Alright, I'm gonna need some flame energy. Okay, so one thing that I wish was kept from Mega Man 5 was the M tank, in which it. Wow, really? Okay, sure. But I really wish that the weapon tank had returned from Mega Man 5, because what that did was refill all of Mega Man's weapons, including his health. Instead in this game they just added an energy balancer instead. I'm not sure. Again, it's yet another unnecessary change that they made. Not sure what it is, but yeah. Ready. This part, use the jet form. Yeah, it is but yeah, going for the energy balancer is definitely recommended, and it's gonna be useful for these stages here. Ready. Yeah, and by the way, Proto Man does absolutely nothing. Like he just shows up once to give you the energy balancer and never appears again after that. Kind of wonder. I'm not sure. Honestly, he just feels more like a. I'm pretty much like in Mega Man 4. He just feels more like a plot device rather than as a character. So yeah, it's clear that they didn't really know what to do with him in this game, or in Mega Man 4 for that matter. Alright, so this stage has a lot of met enemies. It's kind of remind me of Wily Stage 1 from Mega Man 4. Alright, there we go. Can I make this? Yes! Okay, nice. First try. Oh my god, this dude is still chasing me. Okay, thank god. Woo! I was literally getting chased by that skull enemy. But thankfully, he could not get us. And more of these mets. Okay, get that. Yes. I'm not sure which energy was being refilled. I think it might have been beat. Alrighty, next boss of Mr. X Stage 2. And this is... Oh wow, this one, okay. So this thing is weak to Tomahawk Man's weapon. Alright, so the cool thing about this weapon is that it goes on an upward arc. This boss kind of sucks though, is that there are too many of these rocks falling. So like this thing is hammering on the wall, and it's causing these rocks to fall down, and it also shoots pellets at you. But yeah, there we go. Another easy boss. Well, kind of easy boss. It's just that those rocks are very hard to avoid. So yeah, there's a chance you could likely get screwed there. Alrighty. We're now into Mr. X Stage 3. Wait, no, I think I can make this. Yeah, there we go. Just a small amount of pixel to reach. Okay, so I think we might... Oops, wrong one. Man, I also hate that you have to sit through those same animations every single time. But because this is an NES game and that it didn't have a lot of sources to work with and that it had only 2 buttons. Yeah, I'm guessing there was probably nothing that they could do about that. Man, if they were to remake like the NES Mega Man games, then though I do know that they already remade the first 3 NES games in the form of the Wily Wars, which was on the Sega Genesis, in which I think that's gonna be my next. I think that'll be after I cover Mega Man 5 on Game Boy. Yeah, I think that's gonna be after I cover Mega Man 5 on Game Boy. But yeah, the first 3 NES games were already remade, but they never did Mega Man 4, 5, or this game. But fortunately, there is a fan-made project in which they are going to be using the exact same style that Capcom have used for the Wily Wars. So yeah, but yeah, if these games were to be remade, and if they add instant weapon swapping with L1 and R1, then yeah, it would have made things much more bearable. It would have like, you know, trying to activate these power-ups much more bearable. You gotta be careful. Oh my god, this is a difficult part. Oh my god, I can't shoot. Okay, I cannot shoot through these things. Ooh. Oh my god, that part is very tricky. Okay, I'm gonna need the power form to get rid of these guys. These grounded guys. Nice. Okay, we're eating good. Okay, not over yet. We still got a few more. Nice. For it. Okay, I wasn't close enough. Okay, got an E-tank. Got an E-tank, that's nice. And wow, I don't have to deal with those cannon enemies there. But I do have to deal with this one though. Alright, so I'm gonna use Nightman to take care of this thing. Oh my god. Okay, face the other way, dude. Okay, Mega Man needs to face the opposite direction so I can get this kill. There we go. Alright, and switch back to the power form. Okay, here comes another difficult part. Just gotta make sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, gotta keep in mind that Mega Man cannot charge shot while in jet form. And that he cannot slide either. Ow, jerk. Yeah, I do have to get rid of one of them. Okay, power form. Get out of here. Can we do this? I'm gonna try this. Hate having to sit through those animations every time. I missed. Come on. Yes. Okay, back to jet form. Oh. Ooh! Oh my god, do not get shot. Come on, fire. Yes. Okay. Take advantage of the AI exploit. Oh my god. Okay, when I first played this game, I died on that section so many times. That always gets me. Alrighty, so we got this Met. We got this contraption which is controlled by a Met, and I've seen speedrunners use the power form to instantly dispose of this boss. I've tried that several times throughout my playthroughs, and there's no way I can land a hit on it without taking damage myself. I don't know how those guys do it. But yeah, thankfully it's weak to Blizzard Man, but I'm gonna try to hit it 3 times with my regular Buster Shot. That is if I don't take damage like that. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna try to get in a few hits. Oh wow, those okay. He's always going to miss. Those shots are always going to miss. All right, that's enough damage. So I'm gonna try to use Blizzard Man. There you go. You're out of here. Also, I love how the door disappears when the screen auto scrolls during the boss. Like, where did it even go? Did it just randomly despawn? Like a lot of the other NES objects in most of the NES games. I mean, okay, so I did say in my Mega Man 4 video that the only NES games I played are these and the TMNT games on the TMNT Cowabunga collection. So I don't know if this is a common occurrence in most games, in most NES games, but yeah, it's really weird, all things considered. Okay, making good use of Nightman again. Okay, and use the jet ability. Don't touch the spike. Nice. Alright, so we're on I don't know why I said Cossack. We're on Mr. X stage 4. So it's got those cannon enemies. Right, we might need to slide here. Get out of here. How many E-tanks do we have? Okay, I'm gonna take another one just in case. Whoosh. Let's go. Oh, no. I mashed too much. Let's go. What's the best weapon for these? I'm gonna try Windman. There we go. Okay, just wait for this thing to fire. No, okay, it's not gonna fire. Probably because it doesn't know I'm in its vicinity. Right, get rid of those parrot-looking guys. Dodge. Okay, so those guys are basically the evil versions of Beat, in which they will home in on Mega Man, I think. Whoa, that was close. Okay, okay. Thank God he didn't spawn right there. Yeah, those enemies will spawn repeatedly. Ah, dang. Okay, I'm gonna need. Okay, I'm gonna use Nightman again. Okay, so Nightman can also kill enemies like those in one hit as well. Okay, I'm gonna take some more weapon energy. We'll need it. Let's go. Man, this game is so good. I mean, even though I'm not super good at it, it is a game that I do enjoy replaying from time to time, and it's literally so much fun. Okay, I'm not gonna use Beat because for some reason when Beat kills those enemies, they take up a lot of his health bar. Or energy bar, rather. So we're gonna try to play this safe on our own. I'm gonna try using a Model Man's weapon, see if it helps. Okay, not against those guys. I don't know what's the best weapon. Okay, I already used Flame Man's weapon a bunch of times. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to use it on these guys here. On these cowboy enemies. Yeah. Okay, tiptoe. Oh my god. I forget how long these stages are. Good golly. Okay, so we got this part with the evil Beat enemies. Okay. This part is tricky. Okay, wait for him to... Oh, okay. He started attacking a lot sooner than I expected. Okay, Beat, I'm gonna need you to get rid of these guys. Your evil versions. Oh, nice. Let's go. More health for the win. Oh, thanks, Beat. He could have gotten me there. Oh! That was close. I did not react in time. Okay, thank God. Thank God, Beat for the win. He may not be OP like he is in Mega Man 5, but he still helps out a lot. Because oh my God, that guy could have knocked me into the pit there. That was super close. Anyways, the fourth boss. We got the fourth boss of Mr. X Stage 4, and it's weak to the power move. I messed it up. Let's go. Such a funny way to kill a boss. My scheme for world domination has failed, but I still have enough power to destroy you. I freaking knew it! It was Wily the whole time. Yeah. There's no fooling me at this point. Let the final battle begin. Seriously, Wily has already pulled this stunt twice now. He manipulated Dr. Cossack and framed Proto Man by having one of his Darkman robots kidnap Dr. Light. So yeah, who's to say that he wasn't behind this? It's literally predictable at this point. Jeez. Like, there's no fooling anybody about this point. Like, come on, Wily. We already know your full tricks at this point. Like, stop pretending. Like, just stop pretending that you're. Just stop trying to remain anonymous when all these weird things happen. So I'm guessing this means that Mr. X is probably dead or just doesn't exist and was just a made-up thing by Dr. Wily. I don't know. They never actually confirmed this. Now I do know that in the Archie comics, or at least as far anyway, that Mr. X is actually a real person, I believe, and he's actually a real character. But yeah, it's really crazy. But yeah, I'm not surprised that Wily would come up with a scheme like this. It is dumb. Alrighty, so we don't have beat available anymore, so I don't know how to get rid of these. Okay, I could have just damage boosted, but whatever. That works. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh my god. I really wish there was a I really wish there was a weapon tank, mystery tank in this game. Okay, did I just call them weapon tank earlier? I meant mystery tank, or M-tank rather. Like I didn't need to fight those guys. Dang it. Okay, I should have known there was a spec there. Oh my god, I'm all the way at the very beginning. Okay, I got 2 lives. Okay, so I'm gonna need I need some beat energy. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Come on. Yeah, get out of here. Ah, dang. Well, he managed to hit me first. Wonderful. There you go. Wow, okay. I might have to use Flame Med again. Ow. I might have to resort to damage boosting at this point. Don't need to fight those guys. Okay, that's the tricky part. Yeah, I'm pausing so that I can react to those spikes. I got 2 of these guys. Yeah, another thing that I love about Nightman's weapon is that I think it works similarly to Ringman's weapon in Mega Man 4, in which it's close, like it's a short range, but it's a short range weapon that also returns to Mega Man. So yeah, so it's pretty useful. So like if it misses an enemy, and then if it arcs back, then there's a chance that they can't get hit by it. So yeah. So yeah, this game's weapons are much better than the ones from Mega Man 5, but nowhere near as good as the weapons from Mega Man 4. As that game, all of that game's weapons were super useful, and all of which that were super fun as heck to use. Alright, damage boost, I don't care. we got this guy. Okay, I need to save that Flame Man energy. So yeah, it's pretty much like in all of the, dang it, there was nothing I could do about that. But yeah, and pretty much all of the NES Mega Man games, your weapon energy does not refill. Your weapon energy does not refill while going through the castle stages. So yeah, it sucks. Get out of here. Okay, I probably should have just been quicker on approaching that enemy. Alrighty, so I think this is the dragon boss, and he's weak to Yamato Man. What is a Yamato anyway? I don't think I've ever seen one. Like, is that an actual animal or just some random thing? Alright, so this boss is actually easy. The problem is that trying to hit the target is very tough as balls. So you have to ride on those platforms that he shoots out, or that he throws out, and then that's when you need to time your Yamato shots. And I believe you have to hit it in its eye. So yeah, very difficult. But wow, it went way faster than I expected. Alright, so I think this one is the boss rush, or is it another stage? I forget. Okay, no, this is a regular stage. Or it could be a boss rush afterwards, I forget. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I tend to forget in this game. Grab that E-Tank. I think I have 8 at this point. Oh, okay, those guys require a full charge punch. Nope, get out of here. Nice. Oh my god. I need to stop going far. I need to stop going far left. Side. Jump. Nice. Yeah, I might need Flame Man for this next part. Ooh, okay. Okay, thank God he stopped right there. There's a chance he could have hit me there. Okay, watch for these. Ooh, my God, that was close. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this instead. Cause screw these blocks sometimes. And that's even better. Now I gotta save that Flame energy. Nice. Okay, thankfully the auto fire can still work on some enemies. Thank goodness. Which one will I need? Okay, I'll probably need, okay, so I will need Tomahawk. I will need Tomahawk Man energy for the final boss. Oh wow, my PS5 controller's batteries are low. I'll probably do that after this video. So get rid of those nerdy guys. It's so funny the way they get it's so funny the way they get pissed off when you remove their glasses. Oh, those poor guys. Yes. Of course you're gonna respawn. Okay, have enough energy. Have enough windman energy. Nice. Get out of here. I love this weapon. Yeah, there are spikes up there. Close. Alright. Oh, there is another boss in here. What's this one again? Oh, okay, this one. Okay, so it's weak to Windman. There we go. Dang, I was hoping I would get to that without taking damage. Whatever. Easy fight. And what sucks is that I'm almost out of Windman energy. Wonderful. Alright, so I think after this should be the boss rush. Yep, and there's that skull right there. What is with Dr. Wily's obsession with skulls? Like, why do you like skulls so much, Wily? Like, my goodness, dude. Oh my god, don't respawn. Okay, thank god. Careful about these guys here. I'm gonna play it safe with the with the jet form. I get this dude out of the way. Let's go. I don't need that as well. And I need you out of the way. Yes. Alright, I will need... Which will I need? I have enough. Alright, I'll take Blizzard Attack. Because I won't be needing it for Plant Man on his refight. Okay, use the jet form once again. Ah, dang it. Okay, get out of here, please. Way to mess up my momentum. Alright, speed. Take care of these guys. Nice. Good boy, beat. And I need the jet form to get up here. I don't know why I like this. I don't know why I like these so much better than Rush Coil and Rush Jet. I don't know why. Alright, so here is the boss rush. So yep, typical Mega Man fashion, we have to refight all the previous bosses before we can fight against the final boss. So first up is Yamato Man, and he's weak to Tomahawk. I'm gonna try to save the Tomahawk energy for the final boss, as that is what it's weak to. Jump. I knew he was gonna shoot, I just mistimed my jump. Alright. Nice. Alright, next up is Plant Man. Hey, do we have enough Blizzard Man energy for this dude? Kinda, okay. It's just two. Jump. Okay, that time it let me jump. Yeah, this game's controls are very weird sometimes. He's jumping that way, jump. Dang it. Yes. There we go. Nice. Okay, that was the last hit. Okay, so I still didn't have enough. Alright, next up is Yamato Man. Oh no, Nightman, sorry. Jeez. I always get them confused sometimes. Ow. He still hit me. Nope, stop jumping, dude. There we go. Okay, didn't get the correct pattern from him, but that works. Next up is Centaur Man. I feel like he might try to freeze me again. Like, sometimes he loves to teleport too. That's also annoying. Dang it. I knew he was gonna do that again. There we go. Got the easy pattern that time. Next up is Windman. And he is weak to Centaur Man's move. So we're going to try to score in all hits on him. Okay, that was a poorly timed dodge. And you're dead. Let's go. Yep, the only time Centaur Man's weapon is used in this video. I had no use for it. Next up is Tomahawk Man. Okay, let's try not to mess this up again with Plant Man's ability. Ah, I thought I could slide under that. Ah. Yeah, I can't predict if he's gonna throw his tomahawks or fire those things from his head. Which I'm surprised he didn't do in this video. Okay. Unpredictable AI patterns. Unpredictable AI patterns, it seems. Next up is Flame Man. Okay, let's try this again. I love fighting against him. Jump. And does that move? Flame shuts. Let's go. Alrighty, and last one is Blizzard Man, and he's weak to Flame Man, obviously. Let's do it. And here's hoping I get a better pattern from him this time. And what's he gonna do? Okay, spin dash. Bro thinks he's Sonic the Hedgehog. Jump. You missed. Haha. You suck, Blizzard man. I also love how he's on his jet skis. Like I love how he's on his jet skis for the whole fight. He doesn't even attack. He doesn't even attack with them for some reason. That's very odd. Anyway, that's all the refights, and now we're about to face off against Dr. Wily, the big bad Dr. Albert Wily. And yes, that is his first name. I swear, there's like a lot of characters. There are a lot of fictional characters named Albert who are always just evil in some sort of way. It's just weird to me. Like it just feels like an ongoing trope at this point. Like, kind of makes me wonder if Albert, like, I don't think Albert Einstein was evil, but like, I mean, I'm not sure if he was even evil at all. But like, it's so funny how like in most TV shows I watch where there's like characters named Albert and they're always just like some evil or just jerks in some sort of a way. It's weird. Anyways, on to the final boss of this game against Wily Machine 6. And all 3 forms are weak to Tomahawk Man. So we gotta make sure none of our shots miss. Even though one already missed and I'm already starting to run out. Okay. You're not gonna jump towards me? I'm gonna try to save it for the final phase. Ouch. One more hit. Yes. I love how Mega Man was just moonwalking there. That was funny. Alright, switch back. Okay. Got 3 hit points left. Dang it, I missed. Okay. One final shot. I'm gonna have to do this the normal way. And I'd use beat, but he doesn't attack bosses in this game anymore. Wait, I think Nightman works. I think Nightman also works against him. Yes, and I think it does 2 damage. Yeah, it does 2 damage. Bam. Psh. Oh my God, Wily, you are a massive jerk. Ow. Oh my God, I'm always getting hit by that. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the U-Tank. Screw you, Wily. Psh. Ooh, managed to barely avoid that. Psh. Psh. Okay, looks like I can only hit him once. Okay, one more hit. Ah, dang, barely. Barely reached. Okay, what's another good weapon? Okay, probably Blizzard Man. Let's go. Alrighty, and we did it. And he's still doing the "please forgive me" pose for the 6th time. Oh wow, and we actually arrest him. Wow, it took Mega Man 6 games to finally put Wily under arrest, like literally finally apprehending him. Jeez, he could have done this. He could have done this in the first game. Sentenced to prison for his crimes. Dr. Wily now rules over a prison cell. At long last, the world is at peace. Alright, let's go. So after 6 times of terrorizing the world, Dr. Wily is finally apprehended and put in prison. About time Mega Man thought through and arrest the madman. Let's freaking go. Though unfortunately he does still return from Mega Man 7, and I mean I'll bring more on that once we get to that game. But yeah, that was the end of Mega Man 6, and I think the plot is okay at best. Much better than Mega Man 5. Much better than Mega Man 5. I do kind of wish there was like a more of a story to it, but considering that this is an NES game, they probably didn't have a whole lot of, they didn't really have enough, they weren't able to take much more advantage of the limitations or something. And yeah, most NES games are kind of guilty of that, so it's perfectly understandable. So you'd have to know through most of this if you read the manual. But yeah, Mega Man 6. Now this was overall a pretty bad run on my case. I mean, I have done plenty of practice runs, and like I said before, out of all the 6 NES Mega Man games, this was the one that I played the least. It wasn't because I disliked it, it's just because that I thought all the other games were better. However, throughout the past 6 to 7 years of playing these games, I've come to the realization that Mega Man 1 was the weakest of the 6 games, because it was very short, had only 6 Robot Masters, and it didn't have any E-tanks. They weren't introduced until Mega Man 2. But yeah, and also another thing that this might be the last time I'll ever be booting up the Legacy Collection for this retrospective, as this is the last game in this collection, and the rest of the Mega Man games, which are 7, 8, 9, and 10, are gonna be in the Legacy Collection too. So that is what I'll be using for the next Mega Man videos. And then probably after, now in between, so after Mega Man 8, I will be covering Mega Man 5 on Game Boy, and after that, actually no, I think after Mega Man 8, I will showcase the Mega Man Wily Wars collection on the Sega Genesis, and then after that, will be Mega Man 5 on Game Boy, and then I think I will be doing Mega Man and Bass after that. And then it's gonna be Mega Man 9 and 10, and then it's gonna be Mega Man 11, and that's when I will be getting to the X series. But yeah, I do like how they show a glimpse. I do like how they show the Robot Masters there, and yeah, it's kind of a perfect way to show that, yep, they absolutely intended this to be the final Mega Man game for the NES, and wanted to move on with the SNES era, starting with Mega Man X. Alright. But yeah, I do love Mega Man 6, and while I'm not very good at this game, there's a whole lot about the game that I do admire. I do love that that instead of the Rush Coil and the Rush Jet, they have Mega Man transform into new forms like the Power form and the Jet form, and both of them are. And this game, I swear the level designers knew how to make good use of both those forms, as many of them are required in order to reach separate pathways, and they managed to exemplify on the last 4 stages that we went through, like Tomahawk, Yamato, Knight, and Centaur, where there are alternate paths in order to gain the beat letters after killing them. So yeah, they did a really good job with that, especially in the Mr. X stages and in the Wily stages. So yeah, I do think that Mega Man 6 is peak in my eyes, and I really do love this game. And yeah, it's pretty much like all the other games in this collection. I may come back to this game, either through a stream or if I want to play it on my own time. And yeah, and I do think that this game is probably one of the best Mega Man games in my opinion. So yeah, it is really great. It's really crazy it's still crazy how this game was published by Nintendo of all companies in America, despite the fact that they don't own this series. It is super weird. And one crazy thing is that Europeans did not have access to this game until the 3DS Virtual Console, when it was released there for the game's 20th anniversary back in 2013. So yeah, this game as well as Mega Man 4 and 5 had a pretty neglectful relationship, as the first 3 games were often admired, and then people didn't really think too highly of the last 3 games on the NES up until the Legacy collections up until they got re-released within the Legacy collections in 2015 and 2015 respectively. Yeah, anyway, that was it for Mega Man 6, and for the final time in this retrospective, we are going to be going through the database and museum. So let's take a look at the database here. Alright, so this is, I don't know how to pronounce this, I'll just say AU. Its fur seal appearance catches intruders off guard. It's cute, but its shot speed is too high, so watch out. And he's weak to flame, man. Okay, I don't know why I didn't do that in the video. Wall Blaster 2. It's waterproof, so it's able to adapt to any environment. It fires in three directions at once. This one is SRU 21/P. A guard mecha for water areas. It explodes upon detecting intruders. Destroy it before it reaches the water surface. This one is SW 525. A skull walker with an explosive device. Be careful not to overlook it. Okay, so those were the enemies that showed up in, I think in Nightman stage. No, Centaur Man stage. I'm already forgetting. Alright, so this is Kurlinger, a surprise attack mecha that can adapt to any environment. The sound it makes when it rebounds off a wall is kind of nice, no? Wait, there was a sound effect that played when they bounce off the walls and didn't notice that. Oh, yep, this is, okay, so this thing right here, we do see return in a lot of later entries after this game. So this is Count Bomb, a time bomb originally used at construction sites. There are many instances of a skull walker earring and causing them to explode. Yep. Alright, so this is Katon Bayan, a heavy bomb mecha. Though used for transport, it often ends up dropping its cargo. Dodge the bomb it drops by sliding. Alright, so we got these piranha enemies, which are called Gab Gaio, a bargain version of the security robot Big Fish. It will suddenly jump from underneath you, so try to remember where it emerges from. Yep, got that in mind. Oh wow, okay, so this was a mini boss that shows up in, I think, Yamato Man stage, in which unfortunately we didn't actually fight against, as yeah, this guy only shows up during an alternate pathway in his stage, in Yamato Man stage. But yeah, these guys are Kamaran and Kamadao. Oh my god, how does Capcom come up with these names? Jeez. Yep, and these are the floating cannon enemies that we did see in a lot of stages. And yeah, there was this strat that I pulled off in Windman stage, where you just had to jump for that. You just had to jump from that very instance, and then precisely time your charged mega buster shot in order to kill this thing. The second it spawns. Why not make? Okay, so it's called a canopeller. Why not make a flying cannon? That was the inspiration behind this. It makes for great aerial target practice with your jet. Nice. Alright, and another variation of the Sniper Joes, and it's the Cannon Joe, a member of the Joe series made to control a cannon, beat it before it can even fire back, and it's weak to beat. Did not know that. Anyways, and this is literally Donkey Kong. You can't tell me that they created this thing on purpose. The decision of this robot was inspired by a movie Dr. Wily once saw. Its weak point is its face, and if you hit it anywhere else, your shots will push it back. Nice. And yep, it is weak to Flame Man's weapon, and thankfully I managed to get the quick kill twice on him. Alright, so these are the cowboy enemies, which are called Colton. Before its current position, this robot was an extra in Robot Westerners. Oh yeah, because it's Western based, is it? It wasn't even the lead character, so it must be weak, right? Yeah, and I did not know it was weak to beat. Nice. Oh, it's weak to Blizzard Man. Wow, how am I just now finding out about this? Cyber Gaby Oil. Is that what these enemy types are called? Modified to move around using jet engines. There are some enemies that can't be beaten with ordinary attacks. Yep. Alright, Submarine Flyer. Okay, I'm not gonna read all of these. Okay, so Shield Attacker. Okay, so it's an improved version of the ones we saw in Mega Man 4 and 5. An improved version of Shield Attacker. Attacks from the front are useless, so maybe it'd be best to jump over or slide under it. maybe slide under it. There's a jet button. We saw this in, I think, yeah, we saw this in Plant Man stage, and it's weak to Yamato Man. Cool. This guy is called Shigaraki? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's weird. Skullwalker, a Renaissance mecha for any environment. It has a spider motive. Its jump power isn't as impressive as you might think. Yeah, you can literally manipulate these enemies. Like the second you see them move their heads as if they're confused or wondering you know, what to do to kill Mecha Man. Yeah, you can literally just make your move and then just jump right over them. So yeah, they're pretty easy to manipulate. Alright, so this is Squidon, a mecha made to attack intruders on the seafloor. Its guided missiles are a nuisance, so take it down quickly with a weapon that plays on its weakness. And it's also weak to beat. Huh. A lot of these enemies that are weak to certain weapons that I wasn't even aware of. This is Spring Face Bomb. The spring in its body makes it semi-perpetual motion machine. The head will explode when it hits the ground, so watch out. Huh. Wonder if that's the inspiration of the Robot Master that we're going to be seeing in Mega Man 7. I seriously wonder. Alright, so this is Tate Bow, weak to Centaur Man. Was not aware of that. Alright, this thing, weak to Tomahawk. Oh wow, okay, so this enemy is an upgraded version of the Walker enemies from Mega Man 5, which are called DAC 1. I don't know how to pronounce that. A mass-produced version of the DAC 1. This low-cost version is far less sturdy than it appears. Yeah, it's literally much weaker than it was in Mega Man 5. Chakra O. Okay. This one we saw in Centaur Man stage. Twin Rotor. This one that we saw in Flame Man stage. Weak to Plant Man. Was not aware of that. We got Tech. Okay, so these guys on the ceilings that we saw in Tomahawk Man stage. This guy we saw in Plant Man stage. And this one we first saw in Windman stage and also showed up in Tomahawk Man stage and is also weak to beat. A robot made from whatever parts were on hand. It moves quickly and its attacks are strong. Beat it quickly with a weapon that plays on its weakness. Alright. Also weak to beat. Oh yeah, and this enemy always reminded me of Kung Fu Panda for some reason. Not sure why. But he is called Pandita, modified from a panda robot used at a circus. Its boosters on its back are meant to allow it to fly, but no one's ever seen that happen. Yeah, what is the point? What is the point of the rocket boosters? They never use them. Kind of a waste. Oh wow. Okay, the name for this enemy is pretty clever, and it's literally called Pete. Literally. A bird-like mecha made by Dr. Wily when he was inspired by Beat. Yeah, makes sense. Put a lid on his sticky things. Well, put a lid on Pete's. That is to say. Who was writing these? It's good to know that they have some sense of humor. Fire Telly. Okay, so these are the ones that spit up fire and are weak to Blizzard Man. A mecha modified from Telly. The fire it drops isn't dangerous in itself, but it's game over if it ignites a sea of fire. Yeah, yep, exactly as I mentioned. And again, I literally said this about Sonic Mania. Sonic grabs a fire shield, he touches oil, and then it ignites fire, which I was not aware of until I played that game. Fire Boy, nice name. Oh yeah, and also we took Blizzard Man. These guys are called Pooker. Modified from an antique pump, try surprising it with a charge shot. Sometimes you can jump on it and take it for a ride. A mecha based on a toy that was popular a while back. Shooting the barrel will expose the head. That's your chance. And it's weak to Tomahawk, but the best way to kill these enemies is just use the power ability. It's much faster. And these guys are called Brain Break. This robot possesses high intelligence, but attacking it will cause it to rampage. Its rampage is quite dangerous, so get some distance and fire again. Yep. It's so funny how they lose their glasses and then you just get pissed and start chasing Mega Man. Oh my god. I love these enemy designs. Propeller Eye, an improved version of Pukapelli, and now flies around with a propeller. Its flight speed is low, but it can only be damaged when its camera is exposed. And we do get enemies like this in Mega Man 11, and there's gonna be a whole lot of them throughout that game. But yeah, gonna be more on that when I do get to showcasing that game for this retrospective. Alright, so Pelican Bot. Oh wow, I just realized, is this thing a beetle? Cause he looks a lot like Gravity Beetle from Mega Man X. He looks a lot like Gravity Beetle from Mega Man X3. I'm sensing another interesting connection to the classics. I'm sensing another interesting connection from the classic series to X series. I wonder. But anyways, this guy is called Healy Bhutan. Although it was originally made by Dr. Light, Dr. Wily modified it. It moves quite slowly, so it's really not that dangerous as an enemy. Not that dangerous. Wait, what? So it's really not that dangerous. Okay, I just noticed a typo. I believe you were supposed to say it's really not that dangerous of an enemy. Capcom got slipping for that one. Anyways, Ben K. Okay, this is kind of remind me of that one Tom and Jerry episode, and in which Tomahawk Man also reminds me of, because like I remember like in one of those Tom and Jerry episodes, Tom and Jerry were wearing like these Indian hats, I think, which kind of makes me wonder, is Tomahawk Man actually Indian? Like, is Tomahawk Man actually Indian inspired, as well as this enemy, Ben K? It's like, I'm just not realizing that. Alright, so this is Hodgkisson. Okay, strange name for an enemy. Weak to a Buster Shot. Metupotin, developed in order to reduce large quantity of metals. No reason not to harvest the items from the metals it drops. Alright, nice. And it's weak to Flame Man. This is Moiler, weak to Beat, which I was not aware of. No artwork for this thing? No artwork for Yafu? Wow, it's a lot like the one from Mega Man 5. Jeez. Anyways, a mecha made to reduce strong winds while shooting robot movies. You're in for trouble unless you pay attention to which direction its arrow is facing. Alright. Oh yeah, this thing is weak to Flame Man, but I just love beating it up with the power ability. It's funny. Power Piston. Okay, so this boss is called Metongerzi. Okay. A robot tank controlled by a metal. Its bouncing bullets are hard to dodge. It's the ultimate metal foe. And yep, I did showcase that it's weak to Blizzard Man. X Crusher. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I thought wrong. Okay, so this is the boss. Yeah, this is the boss that you can kill with Flame Man's weapon. Okay, the one I'm referring to is this. So the easiest way to kill the X Crusher is with the power ability, and it's just one of the funniest ways to kill a boss in the game. Anyways, Mechasaurus, Tank CSII, weak to Windman. Yep, Wily Machine. Yep, Wily Machine 6, the largest yet of the Wily Machine series. Try to stay on the center of the screen, or else you'll be hit by its press attack. And Wily Capsule, which is only a sprite and which also has no artwork. Weird. The capsule that emerges from Wily Machine 6. As usual, it warps around while attacking, but a number of your weapons should be effective against it. Catch that, Dr. Wily. Yep, and we got the Robot Masters themselves. And I love their designs. Like, I love how Blizzard Man has his jet skis, though for some reason he never attacks with them. Not sure what's the point of them. Not sure what's the point of using them other than the fact to show that he's really cool. We got Windman. We got Plant Man here, which, okay, was he the inspiration of Axel the Red from Mega Man X5, who was also a plant-based robot? Again, yet another interesting connection from the classic to X series. Like, another interesting connection of, you know, both the classic and X series. I'm seeing a lot of these illusions. I love Flame Man's design, who also looks French base, like with that thing on his head. I swear, it almost looks like it. Alright, so Yamato Man. I'm definitely looking this up after I'm done with this video. I've never seen a Yamato before. We got Tomahawk. Again, remind me so much of that one Tom and Jerry. He's reminded me so much of that Tom and Jerry episode, like with those Indian like hats that they put on their heads. Anyways, Nightman, go with the design, and Centaur Man. Again, I've never seen a centaur in my life until that regular show episode, Party Pete, where like they were like these half human, half centaur people. Really weird. Anyways, that's it for the database, and of course we're gonna end it off by looking at the museum. So yeah, mostly gonna dedicate this to the weapons. So we got Mega Man using his Blizzard attack. Really cool. I love the way his teeth are aligned too. Good stuff. Got Blizzard Man. Love his design. Brain Break. Yeah, mainly just looking at the artworks. Looking at the artwork of Mega Man using his weapon. So here he's using his Centaur Flash, and I love the pose that he's doing. He's basically going talk to the hand. So it's like kind of reminds me of, like, you know, when I was walking to my middle school, and then I would see like those people, you know, who would just like guide the cars and allow the passengers to walk by. It really reminds me of that. That's what I was trying to describe in my Mega Man 5 video. The cowboy guy, known as Colton. Cow Bomb. Artwork of Dr. Wily. Kind of looks similar to the one from the previous games after Mega Man 1. Nice stuff. Fireboy. Mega Man using Flame Blast. So sick. And once again, really the best weapon and the most powerful one in the game. Flame Man himself. Alright, we got Heroes Art. Awesome. We got Mega Man and his buddies, Eddie, who still drops items, as well as Beats and Rush. Love this artwork. And we got another one here, another artwork of them, and this is probably my favorite one. And this is what they use in the challenge mode after you beat a stage from there. I love this. It's at this point where they started to get even better with the artwork for these games. Like, I love the way Mega Man is drawn. He looks so much better. And this gets even more perfected in Mega Man 7 and Mega Man 8, and which I do look forward to talking about when I get to those games. My gosh. Yep, here is Jet Mega Man. Look at him. He looks so cool. And we got artwork of him using the Night Crusher, the second best weapon in this game, as it fires in 6 directions, and it travels back to Mega Man's position. And this is going to be the thumbnail for the video. He looks so badass here. He's literally Mega Man X before he was even a thing. Good stuff. Alright, and we got Mr. X himself, who was actually Dr. Wily the whole time. Okay, literally, if you just look at the face, you can easily tell it's him. And the shoes too. Again, was Mr. X even a real person? Or was this whole thing or was he just made up? Or actually, no, I think they show in that intro that maybe he might have been a real entity and maybe died at some point. I don't know. They never explained it. Not sure why he's got that pointy thing on his forehead. Kind of looking a lot like Sigma from the X series, who also has a pointer on his forehead. Potential foreshadowing. I love this artwork here. Again, it was during this era where the Japanese box arts were better than the US ones. Thankfully that's not true anymore in today's age. Right, Mega Man using Plant Barrier. Kinda looks like he's doing a guarding pose, which does make sense since it's a shield weapon. And Plant Man. And again, I feel like he was the inspiration for Axel the Red or Spike Rosard, whatever his Japanese name was from Mega Man X5. So yeah, they're literally plant-based. Power Mega Man, which is shown here that he's punching. Good stuff. Oh wow, artwork of Rush transforming. Nice. Oh, I love this. That looks so cool. So he's throwing that silver tomahawk like a boomerang. Although in game he still fires it from his buster, but here he uses his hand to fire. Why doesn't he do that in the game? That would have been nice. And Skullwalker. Okay, anything else that I want to look at here? Tomahawk Man, he's a badass. Alright, Windstorm. Oh wow, it's blue in the artwork. While in the game, it's I think it's the same color as Mega Man. Weird. And Yamato Spear. Yeah, it's exactly what the name implies. It's just basically the Buster Shot, but with pointy spears. So yeah, not that much of a difference. But I do love this art overall. I do love that art overall. Ready? Character files of the Robot Masters, as we've seen in the past 5 games at this point. I swear every time I see a centaur, I just can't help but laugh. I just find it ridiculous. It's like I just find them ridiculous, especially the proportions and everything. Goodness gracious. Flame Man, who has a French-based hat. Jet Mega Man. Oh wow, now this time he's adorable. Yeah, baby. Alright, Nightman. Plant Man. I really love Plant Man's design. Like I just love how creative they were when they came up with these designs for the Robot Masters. Yeah, sick stuff. Concept artwork of Flame Man stage. Oh wow, okay, even his tower is similar to him. Mr. X's castle. Wily Castle. Concept artwork of Yamato Man stage. Alrighty, and that's the last one. Alrighty, and we are done with Mega Man 6, a game that I wholeheartedly enjoy, and I do see why it's admiredly liked by the fan base. Now, even though I'm not the best at it, and there were a lot of times where I screwed up, I still had a lot of fun with this game, and I would definitely rank it as probably one of my top 15, probably in my top 15 Mega Man games of all time. So yeah, it is absolutely the GOAT. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed. Really hope you enjoyed this video. I really love this game, and I do believe that it deserves a lot of. I do believe that it deserves a lot more credit than it deserves. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. And in terms of this retrospective, the next game that I'm going to be covering, is Mega Man 7. So yep, I do look forward to that once I start covering it. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. So peace out, take care, and stay safe.